Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. There haven't been too many updates since late Friday, Saturday morning on the case of Madeline Soto. We haven't had any word on her autopsy yet, and as far as further charges for the suspect, Stephen Stearns, who was supposed to appear in court in Osceola County on Saturday morning.
Authorities confirmed her body was found 4 days after she was reported missing by her mother. The discovery was made Friday in a remote area off of Hickory Tree Road near Pearl Lake west of US 192. This morning, the big question is what will come next for this man, her mother's boyfriend, the prime suspect now in the case. Our Ezzy Castro is following the latest, and Ezzy, so far, there have been no new charges against him.
Nothing new just yet, Bridget. The only new thing that we know is that Madeline Soto was actually moved from the Orange County Jail to here, to the Osceola County Jail. But so far, investigators say Stearns has not cooperated with the investigation.
Stephen Stearns, or Stephens.
Your Honor, at this time, I am going to waive Mr. Stearns' appearance. I'm also going to waive the reading of these charges. Mr. Stearns is aware of what he's been arrested for.
Stephen Stearns was a no-show in court Saturday morning, hours after the body of 13-year-old Madeline Soto was found in Osceola County.
Stephen Stearns was transported from the Orange County Jail to the Osceola County Jail, where he is being held on capital sexual battery charges filed by the Kissimmee Police detectives.
Investigators are calling Stearns a prime suspect in Madeline's disappearance and say he never dropped her off near her school in Hunters Creek, which is what they initially had said when she was reported missing last Monday.
We believe she was already dead at the time and that Stephen Stearns moved her body in the early morning hours on that day.
Meantime, dozens gathered Friday night to honor the 13-year-old whose life was taken too soon.
I'm a dad of a 15-year-old. It's heartbreaking and saddening to kind of see this happening. Your children are supposed to be protected, and unfortunately in this case, she was exposed.
Now, we did learn that there is a GoFundMe page for Madeline's funeral costs. I checked this morning, over $10,000 has been raised so far. Live outside the Osceola County Jail, Ezzy Castro, getting results, News 6.
So again, as that's WKMG, another local affiliate over here. All of our local media has been doing an excellent job covering Maddie's case. As you heard them mention, there is a GoFundMe. I'm a bit iffy on GoFundMes. I'll be completely honest and clear on that. That said, I will post the link in the information of this video if you are interested. Obviously, if you have a connection to this young girl, that would definitely be something that you might be interested in. But again, just my warning with GoFundMes is just be really careful. I'm hoping it's going to go to the right place. And that's not to say that this one's not. I'm just very suspect of GoFundMes in general. So I'm going to go basically through the timeline of what we kind of know up till now. And obviously, once they have the next press conference, they released information about the autopsy, some sort of update from Kissimmee Police Department, Osceola County. Once something comes out, I will definitely let you guys know. Especially if it comes out in the midst of the day, I'll probably end up posting it on the community tab. So just please keep an eye out for that. All right, so this is the kind of the timeline that we know. On Sunday, February 25th, is when Maddie had her 13th birthday celebration. Now, she actually turned 13 on Thursday, the 22nd, but she actually celebrated with her family on that Sunday. For some reason, her mom, Jen, was not there. She said she had to work. I'm a little I have a lot of questions on that, but we'll save that for later. I'm sure you guys also have some questions on that. I'm just a little suspect still on mom. I'm not saying mom had anything to do with anything or knew anything, but I'm a little on the fence with, because I have just a lot of questions right now. Monday, February 26th, Maddie was seen at 8:30 a.m., which is what we were initially told, that she did not make it to school. Now, that was that morning that we were told that Jen Soto's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns, 37, drove her to school, and he actually dropped her off at the Peace United Methodist Church, which is just down the street on Town Loop Boulevard. And you guys remember I went over in the video, I showed the TikToker who did an actual walk, which if she was dropped off there, that would have been the path she would have taken. Obviously, now we know that that was not the case. So it was a half a mile from the school. Yeah, as we saw, it was super close. If she was actually dropped off there. Now, when Mom Jen went to pick up, excuse me, Maddie after school that afternoon, she discovered that she had never set foot inside. There of note on this, I do not have this on the timeline. They do have a petition out to get absence notifications before later in the day. It does seem like Orange County, I don't know about Osceola County, but Hunters Creek is in Orange County, and then the family resides in Osceola County. They're kind of side by side, because Kissimmee and, Kissimmee there and Hunters Creek are pretty much next door to each other on one side of Kissimmee there. They apparently don't send out those calls until the evening, dinner time, which that doesn't work. So there is a petition for that, and I will definitely include the link in the information of the video because I'm going to sign it. I don't have any kids that would be in school or anything, but I can't imagine waiting until like 6 o'clock at night to find out, hey, your kid never showed up for school today. I mean, look, if we would have had some sort of call or text or something to Jen, obviously it probably would not have saved Maddie's life at this point, as we learned later on, but the ball could have gotten rolling much, much sooner. Then Tuesday, February 27th, Madeline Soto's missing poster was released and the officials began searching. All right, let me back up just slightly here. They actually began searching on Monday night, and there is one more question I have. Mom states that she called 911 around 4:45, 4:45, and then later on, Sheriff Mina states that it was 8 p.m. So that's a bit of a discrepancy that I still have in the back of my mind. When was the actual 911 call? Did Mom call before 5 o'clock, or did she wait and call 8 o'clock? So, and then why meet at Hunters Creek Middle School? Why not meet at the home? So again, that's just something that I have another question about on my list. So they've actually began searching Monday night, but really got going on Tuesday morning, the 27th. They had over 100 personnel, including deputies, detectives, intelligence analysts, specialized personnel, and bloodhounds. They were out searching for missing 13-year-old Madeline Soto. Now, of course, the flyers and posters were posted and passed out. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement also added her to their current missing child alerts and listed her as endangered. And remember, she couldn't have been listed as an Amber Alert because it did not meet that criteria at that time that they could have, put her as an Amber Alert. So they put her as missing, and then they put it as endangered missing. Then we move to Tuesday night, the 27th. That's when Jen Soto spoke with Fox 35 News via Zoom. And remember, that's where we saw Stefan, the would-be suspect boyfriend, walk into the picture, make a lot of noise, cracking his knuckles, just sitting there like he was, making sure that Jen wasn't saying anything, or it was just a very, very odd interview, in my opinion. And there was another interview, of course, later on that we went over that he did speak with the media. But again, his demeanor through both of those was very, very odd. We moved to Wednesday afternoon, February 28th, is when the Orange County Sheriff John Mina hosted a press conference with the update about the search. He stated that this was every parent's worst nightmare. We can't even imagine the pain and anguish that Madeline's family is going through, and that he informed everyone that we will not stop until we find her. It was in this update that Mina revealed that Madeline Soto had left her phone at home on that Monday, the day of her disappearance. When deputies searched it, they learned that Soto had told her friends that she wanted to, quote, live in the woods, unquote, after her 13th birthday, which triggered a search in the woods behind the Hunters Creek Middle School. There was that Osprey Park, and then, of course, we have the Shingle Creek Trail that's behind the school there. So they definitely, that was a big part of their searching once they saw that those messages. Wednesday night, February 28th, Mom's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns, was arrested on unrelated charges, and he's named prime suspect in Madeline's case. He was arrested on Wednesday night on unrelated charges to her case. He was still, however, named the prime suspect in her disappearance since he was the last person that had seen her on Monday morning. So this was Wednesday. They had done the search of the home. They had the search of their cell phones. And that's when they saw all this awful media on his phone. And he was immediately charged and arrested by Kissimmee Police Department. Continuing on the Wednesday, Stearns was arrested and booked into the Orange County Jail on charges that include sexual battery and possession of child sex abuse material after detectives found, quote, disturbing images on his phone. According to the Orange County Sheriff's Office, they also stated that Stearns allegedly tried to delete the evidence from his phone. Remember, he said, I accidentally tried to do a factory reset. Yeah, nobody tries to accidentally do a factory reset. It takes a lot of work to do a factory reset. Hell, it takes a lot of work to delete a photo or to delete your cache. So, no. Nobody's buying that. Nobody's buying that. Detectives said the Digital Forensics Unit discovered images and videos that were criminal and sexual in nature. These alleged crimes were committed at their family home in Kissimmee, and the KPD was notified immediately. The Kissimmee Police Department is the lead investigators on the sexual battery case, working alongside the Orange County Sheriff's Office's Criminal Investigations Division. When Stevens was brought into the Orange County Sheriff's Office Central Operations, he was interviewed both by KPD and Orange County Sheriff's Office detectives. He quickly invoked his right to an attorney and was placed under arrest. Remember, he's like, I'm not talking, I want a lawyer. Yeah. That to me immediately screamed, you know a lot more. Thursday, February 29th, Kissimmee Police Department released Stephen Stearns' arrest affidavit. The KPD released the arrest affidavit on his sexual battery case on Thursday. The document does state that during the official's interview with Stephen regarding Madeline Soto's disappearance, he provided consent to search his phone, but did say he accidentally performed a factory reset on his phone that day, which of course was the same day that Maddie was last seen. When officials reviewed Stearns' phone, they found several photos and videos depicting children in sexual acts. The affidavit revealed that officials had probable cause to believe Stearns committed a sexual battery, in addition to being in possession of material depicting the sexual performance of a child. The affidavit is out there for those that are curious. I have read it. It's redacted, but it is still nonetheless disturbing. I am not going to read it here. If you are interested in it, I will post a link in the information of this video. But again, it is highly disturbing. All right, then we are at Friday morning, March 1st. Stearns dodges questions from the media while he's being transferred from the Orange County Jail to the Osceola County Jail. So on Friday morning, they moved him from 33rd Street, which is in Orlando for those that are local, and then they moved him to Simpson Road in Kissimmee. They moved him from one county to the other, so they had to move him from one jail to another. He obviously was saying nothing. Friday afternoon, March 1st, the Orange County Sheriff's Office is confident that Madeline Soto, a 13-year-old girl who was reported missing earlier this week, is dead. The update came during a Friday afternoon press conference from the Orange County Sheriff, John Mina, who stated that deputies told the devastating news to Maddie's mother, Jen Soto, on Thursday night. Sheriff Mina stated detectives believe Jen Soto's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns, I don't know if he's pronounced Stephen or Stephen, I'm hearing it both ways, so let's see, who was arrested on Wednesday night on unrelated charges and was named the prime suspect in this case, is to blame. Deputies believe that Maddie was never dropped off at the school Monday morning and was dead before then. They also said Stearns allegedly moved her body in the morning hours of that day after killing her in Kissimmee. Yeah. So remember that whole grainy video thing? You have to look back at Sheriff Mina's statements. I think one of two things. They thought it might have been him dropping her off because he described her wearing, the green sweatshirt, and they were able to see someone wearing basically what was stated in a similar looking car, or that was thrown out there to throw off, folks, because that happens all the time. Cops don't have to tell the truth. They just want the truth. They can throw out, anything out there. We see it all the time. Friday afternoon, March 1st, a multi-agency search was underway near Old Hickory Tree Road and Nolte Road in St. Cloud, where Stearns was last seen changing a tire on Monday afternoon. So in that press, remember that KPD chief, she was stating how he was spotted over there between like 1:30 and 2 o'clock, 2:30, changing a tire. And thankfully, someone called in a tip from that. KPD is collaborating with St. Cloud Police, Orange County Sheriff's Office, and Osceola County Sheriff's Office on the search in the area, which is tied to the prime suspect, Stearns. Friday afternoon, March 1st, the body found amid search for Madeline Soto. Madeline Soto's body was found amid a search for the missing 13-year-old who was last seen on Monday morning, according to officials. The teen's body was found off Hickory Tree Road in Osceola County around 4:30 p.m. on Friday. So as we all know, that was the news that a lot of us were expecting. I still always hope for better. And finally, we're up to Saturday morning, March 2nd, is when Stephen Stearns was a no-show for his first appearance in Osceola County Court, and his lawyer did not want the judge reading out the charges, as we just heard in the media piece from WKMG. Yeah, he decided he wasn't going to appear, and his lawyer's like, let's not read any of that stuff out here right now. Yeah. And he's not been charged with her murder yet. I believe it's any time. It could be right before I release this video tonight. Could be right after. I believe it's just a matter of time that he's going to be charged. There's no question. There is no question. He's going to be charged with her homicide. So this is another sad one. It could have been prevented. It just reminded me so much of the Audrey case. Parents, parents really need to be careful with who they let come around their kids. it's just sad that we have to say that, he was around her for what, like 4 or 5 years. We don't know how long he was grooming poor Maddie. We don't know when, the grooming started and when the actual act started. I'm going to tell you, we're going to hear more about it though in the coming days and weeks for sure. This poor girl, 13, she just turned 13 years old less than a week ago, and the day after her, which what it should have been a very happy day for her, that Sunday she had her 13th birthday party, and if you look, that picture obviously in the middle there with her cake, that's a photo of her at her birthday party, and that photo of her on the top left is also another one that was posted in one of the Facebook groups with her outside. This should have been a happy time for her. Instead, it was a nightmare, and I hate to even think what she went through. And I'm not talking just after her party and through Monday morning when she was eventually murdered. I mean, up until then. I mean, what else did she go through with her mom's boyfriend? It's just sick. And I am glad that our state here, Florida, has the death penalty as an option, because I can tell you this case is definitely going to meet that criteria, and I hope it's on the table. I really, really do. But again, that's kind of where we are right now. As soon as I get more, I'll let you all know. But let me know what you think so far. I know folks are going on back and forth about if mom knew, was aware, or if she was oblivious. Again, I admit I started off thinking there's no way she knew, and now I'm kind of suspicious. I hope she didn't, but her behavior doesn't track for me in those interviews. It doesn't track. It's just something, and she's also changed her name on Facebook. So there's some actions that she's done, and being how many years, and to me there's just too many questions and too many red flags that make me wonder, how much did mom know? Again, I could be completely off base, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. All right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.